couple days ago in the New South Wales Parliament here in Australia, there was an apology made to a group of people who were in the first ever gay and lesbian Mardi Gras. And a lot of those people were up in the gallery in Parliament at the time of the apology. And they were apologised, they were given the apology because at the time, the first ever gay and lesbian Mardi Gras, they were humiliated, ostracised, outcast, and a lot of them were beaten, physically bashed and beaten for being who they are, for being authentically in their own humanness and expressing that. And so I think that's so awesome. I think it's so wonderful that, that this apology happened. But what I think is even more powerful is a story that my mum shared with me a couple days ago. She said that about a week ago she was having dinner with some new friends, and during the course of the dinner and the conversation, the guy said something like, started to say something like, the gay people, something, the gay people, the gays. And my mum said that she just had this feeling inside as he started talking. And before he went on too much longer, she just spoke up and she just said to him, listen, before you go any further, I just need to tell you that my daughter is a lesbian. And the man then proceeded to say something like, you know, okay. And then he said something like, well, I understand that people are gay because, you know, maybe they were messed with as kids or something like that. And my mum said, no, that's not the case. You know, people are, that's just who they are, or something like that. And I just think that is so powerful. I mean, my mum does not even realise what she has done, but in speaking up, in that feeling that she had, and the words that came from that, and expressing that to this man, my mum has changed generations. She has changed generations. She doesn't even realise it. Because can you imagine now when that man's, you know, cousin's nephew comes out as gay? Can you imagine the response? Instead of, oh, he's one of them, you know, he's different and not like me. Instead of that, he's going to be like, oh, well, you know, my friend's daughter is a lesbian, so, you know, and it's just how it is. And he's just got a whole different perspective now. So I'm just so proud of my mum. And Mum, I just want to say I love you so much and thank you for speaking your truth, for acting on that feeling. And I think really that's what being a lesbian, for me to identify with that, it's just part of my unique self. We all have different attributes, you know. I've got curly hair, I've got brown eyes, I'm a lesbian, I'm attracted to, and I have my intimate relationships with people of the same sex. That's what it is for me. And there's a whole spectrum of amazing people who have various differences, but that's what makes us human, and that's what makes us unique. And so I'm just so happy and proud of my mum. You know, this is where change happens. This is where change happens. It's not in the Parliament. The sorry is great, but this is where real change happens, human to human. Okay, this is it. So I want to throw down a challenge to you. I want to say, when you are sitting there and you're talking with somebody and they say something that ostracizes or stereotypes a person that you know, or maybe you don't know, into a particular group, you know, from that place of fear, like, oh, they're one of them, and you get that feeling, you know the feeling I'm talking about, the feeling that my mum had, the feeling that you have to say something, like that feeling. I want you to act on that feeling, and I want you to say something, okay? I'm not asking you to get angry or anything like that, but say something. Say, hey, listen, you know, they're a human being. Or whatever you say, whatever comes out is going to be good, but let it come from the heart and speak up. Don't be silent. But that's my challenge. I'm throwing it down to you today, and sending you so much love and freedom to be your unique self. And I want to wish you a super awesome, happy Mardi Gras. God bless.